There are forests and mountains wherever you look. It's a special forest with special mountains. They're part of the low mountain range in Saxony known as the Erzgebirge, the ore mountains. Its name comes from the mining of the rich ore resources in the 12th century. News spread of these natural resources. Thousands came looking for their personal fortune in this mining area that brought wealth and put Saxony on the map. But after 500 years, the resources in the depths of the mountains became exhausted. Another natural resource was to guarantee the future of the miners and their families: wood. Earlier, it was transformed into simple toys. But now, literally overnight, it became the main income. Wood and mining figures became the inspiration and source for the people's creative work, which is still in evidence in the form of the unique Ore Mountain wooden creations. This has been kept alive from Seifen to Olbenhau to Grünheinchen. In Olbenhau, the largest handicraft factory has its roots and is established amongst the producers. The KWO, Kunstgewerbewerkstätten Olbenhau. Traditional design. The company has been demanding high standards from the very beginning. The commitment to protect the skill of wood turning and to carry this out whilst being aware of the present-day appreciation of art and without straying from the tradition. All products carry the KWO trademark, whose renowned artists, wood carvers, technicians, and toy makers have created a great variety of forms. Up to the present day, the KWO products represent a shape true to the original, high-quality handicraft, and an appealing original design. Each individual part, out of the total of 3,000 different parts, be it ever so minute, has its purpose. No shape is left to chance. The plain wood taken from the local forests is the starting point for each fantasy, and beauty for the great variety of natural end products coming out of the medium-sized factory founded in 1949. The cycle, that is, from the idea to the actual handiwork, begins at the lathe. The design of a new product carries with it the philosophy of being a unique combination, where handiwork and technology are in harmony with one another. The prerequisites for this are a feeling for form, as well as handiwork and technical skills. This principle has become a lead for other wooden craft producers in the Erzgebirge. The boundaries between the filigree created on the machine and the precision work of skilled hands become clear when regarding the story characters of Wilhelm Busch, produced in 1958 and 1959. They are regarded up to the present day as being unique in the world. The wooden parts, which are minute, almost the same size as seeds, are skillfully combined to create a figure. The incense men, designed by Professor Gerd Kaden and Ilke Otte, have become a synonym for the traditional wooden craft of the Olbenhau factory. Nowadays, the happy-go-lucky characters carry the initials of Ines Fromelt, who is continuously adding new motifs. The professionalism commences with the design of the figures. Passionate collectors from all over the world regularly go in search of the newest creations. The designer team is incessant in its quest for new forms of expression for this well-loved series. In 1978, these Räuchermann, as the incense men are known in the Ore Mountains, were born in KWO. Today, there are over 100 different lovable characters in the series. The highly unique form can be recognized immediately by the onlooker. Irrespective of the appearance, the most important thing is the turned, hollow body. On the inside, the incense cone is hidden, which, especially at Christmas, creates a homely atmosphere. It is also at home in the Erzgebirge. Irrespective of which body it is in, it is surrounded by an identical base, which all the incense men have. the characteristic way in which they hold their heads, giving the impression that they bend forward. A wooden frame which the men carry on their backs, like a rucksack. Even the sales tray at the front identify the incense men out of the Obenhau workshops. The great variety in accessories give them individuality and transform them, thanks to the fantasy and skill of their creators, into the ordinary people from everyday village life, toy maker sellers, postmen, huntsmen and foresters, into hawkers, coopers, watchmakers, porcelain sellers, florists, or more recently, into a fireman, glassblower, or carpenter. Altogether, they convinced the experts to award the design prize of the Guild of Craftsmen and Toy Makers in the Erzgebirge, named Tradition and Form. This does not just concern the incense men. Scientifically sound ideas from the Art and Design College of Halle-Giebelstein Castle, as well as wood carvers from the Technical College of Schneeberg and the creative toy makers of KWO. There has always been a coming together so as to produce ideas of high artistic demands and to make them economically viable. This also goes for the Nutcracker. Over the years, it has become a romantic traditional figure next to the incense man and an advertisement for the Obenhau workshops. Also in this case, KWO does not leave its principle of keeping to the original. All 150 different kings, guards, miners, or soldiers are, as the saying goes, cast in the same mold. In German, one says cut out of the same piece of wood. Turned as a simple rounded piece, they are completed by hand using cutting tools and honored majestically with colorful paints. Over 50,000 leave the Obenhau Erzgebirge nest to go out into the world, mostly to America, as ambassadors of genuine wooden craft from the Erzgebirge. A great attentiveness given to small things is the principle of the KWO craftsperson. As well as the Nutcracker and the Incense Man, small musical art pieces are created, music boxes with wonderful motifs. When they rotate, you can also hear the delicacy of deft hands. A numbered certificate with the signature of the artist confirms the seal of reference for each music box for all friends, lovers, and collectors. More and more eyes and hands are going to discover the attraction of these high-quality products, as the production of music boxes is on the increase in the company. Just as rich in color and shapes are the pyramids, toys, and miniatures which round off the product range of KWO. Jointly with the Nutcracker, the Incense Man, and the music box, they start on their journey into the German specialist shops, into the European specialist shops, and wholesale, as well as to the USA, to Japan, and to other countries. The export of KWO products has increased again by over 25% since 1989. The factory, in which 90% are women workers, has developed into the most efficient company out of the wooden craft branch in the Erzgebirge and is recognized as a reliable, competitive partner in the business. The turnover continues to increase, and since its privatization in 1992 has increased threefold. 60% of all products are newly developed. The 150 employees are stalwarts of tradition and the traditional technology of wood turning, as well as guardians of quality. They are almost all, without exception, qualified toy makers, wood turners, woodworkers, and carpenters, and they pass on their extensive skills to the young people in the profession. Whether it's turning by hand, modern automatic turning, or the worldwide unique skill of creating the shavings tree and the painting by hand, the apprentice learns the ABC of wooden craft from the beginning with the masters of KWO. We can be sure that the future of giving people pleasure is in the safe hands of the old masters.